All right, so we are going to have an entire summer full of bourbon hunting content, trying to put out a lot more videos. I have shucked all responsibility at work for the next month, and I'm just gonna travel around and do bourbon stuff. Right now, I am in Crawford, Alabama at Stagecoach Package. Now, a lot of these small package stores in the state of Alabama, I don't expect to find a whole lot at. They might get some allocation, but this is a state-controlled system. So most of the good allocation goes to the state-run stores, goes in their lottery system. But what I'm really looking for is, we might get lucky and find something, but realistically, can we find some old Dusties? I know some people that have had a lot of success just going to these small stores and finding bottles that have been sitting there for 20 or 30 years, and particularly small bottles. So we gotta make sure we look at their pint stuff to see if maybe we can find some cool old Dusty whiskey that's been sitting around for a long time, but definitely expect a few awkward conversations as well, because these smaller stores, they're not used to folks rolling in with cameras. See some Magnus Cigar Blend right off the bat. $250 MSRP on those. Never seen a Rebel Rye. Of course, that Rossville Union is MGP whiskey right there. Like, I love the 95.5 MGP Bullet. This one's gonna be cask strength, but it's 7 years old. I bet it's good.
Chicken cock's nothing but a big old flask.
I have one of those. Somebody gave me. I didn't buy it at that price. It tastes like bubble gum. It's kind of crazy. It's weird. Like, it is a very strange Canadian rye. Canadian whiskey doesn't get quite as much oak on it as U.S. whiskey, just based on the climate. So 20 years old, it's not super oaky. I mean, it's good, it's interesting, not near worth the price though. Like, that's a crazy price for that bottle.
Them cigar ones, mid 200. I was like, man, I don't know about that.
One of my favorite cigar blends, like, I love that bottle, but I've got a couple of them at home, so I definitely don't need them. But they're really good bottles. I would buy that for $250 before I'd buy that for $230 for sure. All right, appreciate it, thank you. Honestly, more hard to find stuff than I had anticipated there. We're gonna do a lot of bourbon hunting, so we're gonna have to take the budget down a little bit on these, because we're going to be doing, like, literally, I'm gonna try to bourbon hunt, 15 times this month if possible. So we can't have the kind of budget we've been having on it. So I gotta really want something, just like those Magnus Cigar Blends. I've got one open, I've got one back up at the house. I definitely don't need another one, not chasing every batch of that. Those Roasted Squibs, I really wouldn't mind that 7-year rye 95.5, I assume. I didn't even look at it, but it's a MGP rye, that's what I assume it is. Be it MGP, don't expect that to be a particularly hard bottle to get, but who knows? Maybe I missed out, maybe I messed up. Y'all let me know in the comments right now if I should have bought that. We'll get on to the next store. I don't know what it's gonna be. We are just riding across the countryside. We're heading from Opelika to Dothan right now. Once we get into Dothan, we've got some Woodford Reserve samples we're gonna try with Will, maybe do a little bourbon hunting with him around Dothan, and then we're just gonna continue on down to Florida and see what we find. So I'll catch up with y'all when we hit the next door. Now, y'all know I live a pretty busy life. Between work and bourbon hunting, there isn't a ton of time to prepare balanced and delicious meals. Luckily, I found CookUnity, and I've been able to have freshly prepared meals made by real chefs, and let me tell you, these meals have been phenomenal. CookUnity has over 80 talented chefs crafting meals that meet a variety of dietary needs and food preferences, including vegan, paleo, and even gluten-free options. Better yet, you get to choose what you want from week to week, have it delivered to you on a day that is convenient for you, and then you just heat up your meal and toss it on a plate. CookUnity has saved me so much time. Not to mention, I've been able to try a ton of recipes that I never would have thought to cook myself. Let me show you some of my favorites from this week. Of course, I had to grab this ribeye steak here from Dustin Taylor that I'm having for lunch today. But I'm also excited about that Nashville hot chicken and Cajun pasta from Angelia Cole. So if you're looking for a convenient way to enjoy delicious and sophisticated meals, then CookUnity is perfect for you. Getting to discover unique meals that are crafted by really awesome chefs has been one of the most enjoyable aspects of using CookUnity. The subscription is super flexible, and you can pause, skip weeks, or cancel at any time. And the B team is getting 50% off their first order with CookUnity by going to cookunity.com/Brewzle50 and using code Brewzle50 at checkout. Let's get back to that video. Okay, every once in a while, and I've been by this thing 100 times. I've probably stopped here a time or two, but it's just a museum of weirdness on the side of the road that's free to go into. No purpose to it whatsoever. If it was like a history of the region or something, fine. It's just like some artist wants an outlet to showcase their stuff. And so they found a rock that looks like a heart / pecan, and they put it in a jar. Booty dance with the trophies. That's at least funny. Because, like, what are the trophies doing? A weird phone booth with a skeleton in it. It is most definitely bukus and bukus of stuff. I don't know. I don't get it, but somebody's put a lot of energy and effort into this, and they didn't charge me anything to see it. So I respect that. Let's get back to bourbon hunting.
Like, I literally come this way all the time to go see Will and Isla and Lexi, and I have stopped here occasionally way back in the day. They have done so much with it. It's so cool if you actually stop and get out and look inside the containers. I mean, there's some weird stuff there, but it's cool. Whoever did that put so much time and effort and thought into that. I think anybody that comes by here, I don't know if you ever will or why you would, but if you do, you should stop and look at that because it's so cool.
I definitely agree it's worth the price of admission, which was free. The next stop is Bootlegger Liquors in Headland, Alabama, I believe is where we are, right next to the Dollar Tree. So we got the Dollar Tree there, Bootlegger Liquors right here. Mixers right there, Templeton. Those Conecuh Ridges, haven't grabbed one of those from Clyde Mays. Y'all tell me what I'm missing here. There's a Booker's for $99 over there. I don't really do single malts, so I don't know much about that one, but all the Penelopes. Again, my favorite's just this guy here. Like, this is the one I like. Not a huge French oak fan. The Toasted's not really my jam either. A lot of y'all asked about Uncle Nearest. I have this bottle at home. Ooh, a double oak chicken cock. We are talking to them about doing a barrel of this, so I'm not gonna buy it just because I may have a lot of it from that barrel, but I don't see that one a lot. Blackberry Starlight over there. It is very unusual in the state of Alabama to have a non-ABC store have this type of selection. Like, it happens usually in really big cities. Like, you don't normally see it in small towns. Normally, the ones I've been to are a lot like that last store. Really just, you know, your Jack Daniels, your Jim Beams, and they have a, you know, a few offshoot things, but not a ton. Of course, those Detlings right there getting hard to come by. Still the best bottle of whiskey you can get in the state of Alabama for under $20 right there. Honestly, this is the thing that's tempted me the most right here. Like, they're probably just gonna send us some to sample before we buy our barrel pick. And good old Crichton, it's good to see him getting some distribution in the state. Infinite Barrel Project from Barrel Craft Spirits. This right here is a sleeper. Y'all sleep on those Cooper's Craft Hundreds, but they're pretty freaking good for the price. I mean, it's $40, but 40 bucks is cheap for whiskey these days, unfortunately. The Deli White whiskey right there. I don't know if I've ever seen one of those. So I assume that's just his, like, normal distillate, unaged. Could be interesting if you're into that. Judge Roy Bean. Straight bourbon whiskey finished with charred pecan wood. Wild Turkey 101 Rye, I don't have one of those. I do need to get one at some point, but I don't think they're that hard to come by. So I'll probably pick one up when I'm not on a road trip. Birmingham's first bourbon in more than 100 years. Batch number 1, bottled in 2022 and 90 proof. I'm pretty sure, yeah, aged at least 2 years. With that color, that's gonna be tiny little barrels or oak staves or something. So we're gonna pass on that, but y'all let me know if you've had Dread River and if I should have grabbed that bottle. Thought there was something different. Is this different? It's a different colored, oh, that's a rye. Saw the copper chicken there. Ooh. Old Forester single barrels, barrel-proof single barrels. I think I have 4 of these open on the bar right now. I may have given a couple away, and then I got like 2 or 3 backups, so we don't need them, but really nice find. Red Stave Chicken Cock, never seen that one. Red River Master Series, again, two years, just not enough to make a good bourbon. Got that Woodford barrel pick down there. I want to say somebody gave me a sample of one of these one time, and I just don't know, I don't remember it. So Honeydew is an 80 proof straight bourbon whiskey infused with Burleson's Texas wildflower honey for a subtle honey finish. Honeydew is an amazing wheated Texas bourbon with the perfect hint of honey. Honestly, Garrison Brothers probably be better with a little honey finish, but I don't know. Y'all let me know right now. Again, have you had the Honeydew? Is that a miss for passing on that one? Honestly, this is more chicken cock than I've probably ever seen. Like, they are definitely in the fan club here. This is like a different double oaked. Well, this is a single barrel double oaked from chicken cock. All right, I'll take that one. I think, hold on, is that maybe 169 instead of 69. Like, that one got me. It's a 9-year-old Garden and Gun single barrel selection. Yeah, I think that's 169, so never mind. Do you know anything about this chicken cock double oaked up here? I think it's $169 for that one. Like, if it's 69, I'm gonna take that. At 169, I'm gonna leave it sitting right there. We've got some regular double oaked coming from them, but I've never seen that one, so I was never seen anybody have a store pick of it.
It is 169.
I'm gonna have to pass on it for that. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
TJ.
TJ, Chris.
Nice to meet you, Chris.
Nice to meet you too.
I was looking at your chicken cock double oaked here, the pricey one. What do you know about that one? Do you know anything about it?
The garden and gun pig.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
I don't really. I know it just released out in the state last month.
Did it?
Yeah. Other than the regular double oak is an 8-year, and this is a 9-year, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like it's
Yeah.
We don't buy a ton of really expensive bottles anymore. We're going for volume. We're trying to find a lot of smaller distillery stuff that's really good. And so instead of buying that, I'll try to buy 2 or 3 things from smaller distilleries. And I know like the double oaked, I need one of those, but we're talking to Chicken Cock already about doing our own picks.
Oh, okay.
So I might have my own pick at some point. I hope it's not a $169 bottle though. May have to talk about that with Chicken Cock. I did see the Old Foresters are great. That's a great deal right there. I mean, I just have a bunch of those. Been seeing a lot of those.
The single barrel?
Yeah, been seeing a lot of those lately.
We're doing a pick with Clyde May.
Okay.
He's coming by LC May.
LC,
He's coming by the store Thursday, so we're gonna
Nice.
with some samples, and we're gonna pick one out in the back.
Are you
room.
picking the bourbon or the rye?
The bourbon?
Bourbon's good stuff, yeah. We did a pick with them at Talladega last year, so we went to the track and picked it.
Okay.
That was a lot of fun. Their stuff is distilled at MGP right now,
It
but it's
is,
good
but
MGP.
it
It's
is
their
their
mash
own-
bill, yeah.
that's
It's their
right.
proprietary mash bill distilled at MGP. So I think it'll be better when they distill it here, though. I've seen that a lot with a lot of folks. They distill stuff at MGP,
Okay.
proprietary mash bill,
Yeah.
and then they start making it,
okay.
and then it's just so much more interesting. Any other local stuff? What do you know about Dread River? We were talking about that. 2 years old.
Well, so we just did a tasting with Dread River
Okay.
this past Friday on their on the cask, the single barrel strength, and this is right at 5 years. So this is one of the original when they opened the distillery in 19.
That's a 5 year?
So they don't have the 5-year age statement on it, but they said this is right at 5 years.
What size barrel do you know?
There's a full size. Was it 53?
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they only do the cask strength once a year, and that's the one that they just did.
See, the back says
last
age for at
month.
least 2 years. Like
Yes.
it just doesn't.
I think she said they didn't put the 5-year on that because it was, I believe, a month shy of 5 years. So they're going to start putting age statements on it from here out.
All right, I'm gonna buy this one then. You've sold me. I was looking at the color and that was like that's 2 years old.
Yeah.
That makes no sense color wise. Now 5, but even then I'm just curious as to the size of the barrel.
The true 2-year that they have, this is the Master Series
Okay.
that they did. But this is true 2 years. So if you
Right,
look at
yeah,
the,
definitely
like
the color
you can
looks-
tell it's
Even
lighter.
that color is like that makes me think it's a small barrel at 2 years. That's still a little bit of color there. All right, you sold me on this Dread River now. It's gonna be on you. Well, we're looking for small distilleries that typically what we're looking for is we're looking for folks that have their own distillate, ideally, right? Like if you're sourcing fine, that's cool. Like we might could do some stuff, but ideally somebody that has their own distillate in 53-gallon barrels that's 5 years old. Like that's an ideal distillery for us to work with. Well, I appreciate it. Y'all take it easy. Yes, sir. All right, we were gonna be good. We were trying to cut the budget. I do want that Chicken Cock Double Oak store pick. Like I said, we're trying to do some picks with them and I've never had a pick. But they're gonna send some double oaks and I'm sure they'll send some double oak single barrels, but like it'd be nice to kind of give that a try. Although if it's gonna be a $169 bottle, we might have to rethink that strategy a little bit. But bought this Dread River, not real sure. Not real sure it's 5. Like if it was 5 years old, you would put it on the bottle, right? Like you would. It is a single barrel though, so maybe they just used their old label. I don't know. I would think you would put it on the bottle, but we got it. We'll try it sometime. I am now in Dothan, Alabama, and we are going to stop at a few stores in and around Dothan. The first one here is Basket of Cheer Wine and Spirits, and I have traded out Jill and the kids for Will. They got a George Dickel sign already. You know this is gonna be good. I've seen these Rossville Unions everywhere today. Like literally every store's got those. There's that Bullet 12 year right there. They're so freaking good. For the price, just so freaking good. Just always looking for something interesting or different or new. I saw the bottle of Blanton's over there. What do you get for a bottle of Blanton's? 144, yeah. Appreciate it, thank y'all. That's a little more of a typical Alabama liquor store, honestly. Small selection, few bottles. There was a Sinatra Select sitting there. There was, a few things. They did have a Blanton's, but, $130 or so for a Blanton's. But again, kind of common in the state of Alabama for small liquor stores, but definitely not what we're looking for. So we're gonna keep rolling to the next one. Now, Main Street Liquors. What were the TikTok wines you're talking about, Will? These are going crazy on social media right now. 16%.
She knows.
So you said that's where it's at?
That's where it's at.
You like those?
I don't drink personally anymore.
Okay.
But I'm a Moscato drinker. If I still drank, I would be drinking the hell out of those.
16%. Why not just get a whiskey at that point?
I don't do bourbon.
I got you. It came out for a movie, I think, and then it was pretty good, so it just stuck around. It's a good bottle. I like everything Old Forester though. What is that? Is that a new item, or is it pointed at this as a new item? It's confusing.
This one?
Is that the new item? I've never seen that one. I've seen Blackened. So
Madison, Alabama.
Madison, Alabama? Who's it made by?
Black Patch.
Black Patch Distilling Co. Okay.
Doesn't say an age though.
All right. We're gonna let somebody else tell us. Let me know if y'all have had Black. I can't even talk all of a sudden. We haven't drank anything today. If you've had Black Patch Distilling Co., let me know over here. Somebody told me the new 750s are starting to drop. I think maybe at the distillery. So those are available at 750 milliliters. Booker's must have just dropped. It's every store here. Again, I don't buy every batch of Booker's. When I finish a batch, I'll buy the next batch. That's kind of how I roll, and I got one open. It's peanut butter banana flavored whiskey.
Peanut butter banana and bacon.
Come on.
If you're into flavored whiskeys, that Elvis Presley Midnight Stack is absolutely to die for. You can't really taste the bacon flavor, but that peanut butter banana, it's great.
It just sounds awful. Yes, I think it could be awful. I believe you.
Over rocks, like
I don't know if I believe you enough to buy it and try it. Hey, what's your price on that Nelson Greenbrier cognac cask up top there? 119. I don't think I want it for that much. That's the first time I've seen it. I mean, it may be pretty prevalent, but I haven't seen it. This Rossville Union, I'd never seen that one till today, and it's literally everywhere today. All right, well, I appreciate it. All right, we're gonna head back to Will's house. We've got a sample kit from Woodford Double Oak, one of Will's favorite bottles, where we can do some barrel picks, and they've given us 3 bottles that have different profiles to them, and we gotta see what we like. So we're gonna run to his house. Let's do that right now. We are back now at Will's house, and we're gonna judge his whiskey selection right now. What have you got here, Will? What are you drinking on? Okay. He's got it all in a cabinet down here. A few things up here. The Old Fitzy still has not opened. A little EH. This actually have the bottle in it. Yep. That's the Ben Holiday Proof Queen, the Frey Ranch Gothic Butter Pecan, and then you're bringing out. Oh, you got one of the Infinity Blends. Mm-hmm. So the Infinity Blend sticker right there. Starlight of Blanton's that you haven't opened. Yeah. So it looks like a lot of whiskey you have not opened. And this one was opened when you got it because you stole it from me in the Knoxville video.
It's so good too. This makes really good Jack and Cokes, by the way.
Well, I'm gonna be the bearer of bad news, Will, but that does not make a Jack and Coke at all.
You know what I mean.
I may know what you mean, but Jack and Cokes have Jack Daniels in them.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Whiskey and Coke.
Okay, it does. That is probably
same.
That's probably the same. That's probably the best thing I've ever blended.
This is just a
with
high-end whiskey and Coke.
Okay, that's yes.
Very good.
If you could get those at MSRP, they are great mixers.
Yeah,
for sure. Have you still got whiskey in that Eric Church bottle?
No.
Okay, it's empty.
It's just a cool bottle.
You just showed me an empty bottle. When we asked for your whiskey selection, you brought out an empty bottle of Jack Daniels. You thought you'd fool us because it's not transparent.
It's just a cool bottle though.
You got a little mini Jack down there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And the grander rum.
Mm-hmm. That's really good, and that's a good rum and Coke.
You finished a VDN?
Yeah, I finished both of these.
So it was a Spillway Cherry Wood and the rum finish Starlight. Excellent. What's in the plastic or the paper bag?
That's yours.
Oh, is that the Dread River we
Yeah.
just had?
You can have that.
I can have the Dread River. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so let's get to trying these samples. Woodford sent us this awesome tasting kit here. Batch 1, Batch 3, and Batch 2. I'm not sure why Batch 3 is in the middle and Batch 2 is, it's not 1, 2, 3, it's 1, 3, 2. But apparently these are profiles, not single barrels. And so I think this is to get a profile, and then we can order as many barrels of this as we want through our contacts. So we can do as many of these as we want. We only have 3 glasses, and one of them's a Glen and 2 of them are those weird things that don't sit up right. So we can't actually just pour 3 samples and back-to-back them. We're just gonna have to try sample 1, and then try sample 2, and then try sample 3, and then try to remember what they taste like. No going back and forth. You're just gonna have to commit from the get. Will wants to keep these, so I feel like he's gonna pour us very small samples. Yes. All right, so this is batch 1 right here. Give Jill the first try.
And that smells really good.
It smells really good. So on the nose, to me, it smells much more vanilla and less oak.
But it's got some floral. I smell like.
Yeah, I see where you get that. You like that? You like that better or worse than a normal double oak?
That is a lot of vanilla.
Almost every Woodford pick I've had has been way down the oaky trail. And if you've got some that are too oaky or more oaky, then to get the normal release, you've got to have some that are less oaky and more vanilla. And I'm interested to see if that's what this is. I feel like the vanilla might not be as prominent with that one because it doesn't have the balance. So it's like a little less vanilla and a little less oak. But it's really interesting. I like it. I don't know if I like it better than a normal Woodford double oak though. All right, Will, you're first on this one. What do you think? This is batch 3. No, it's 3. They're not in order.
That one's definitely better.
You like this one headed more oak?
Yeah.
I don't like it worse. They're both really similar to me. I would say this one probably leans a little more oak.
It definitely has a lot more oak than the
More,
first one.
but
though.
not enough to make me be like I don't like that. I really do like it.
I mean, that's all those flavors you get in a Woodford just amped up with the double oak. So I'm a fan of batch 3 so far. All right, this me first. Actually, I think that one has the best balance of the 3. The second one we tried, batch 3. The third one, but it was definitely more oak forward.
This was a good balance of both.
Yeah.
I like this one. It's my favorite.
This is your favorite?
Yep.
Absolutely.
So I would say one's probably vanilla, more vanilla. The second one is more oak. Batch 3 is more oak. And the third one we tried, batch 2, is a blend, which may be what they're trying to do, right? Vanilla, second one is balanced, third one is more oak. I don't know, I like that oak one because it just stands out, it's so different. This one is a little more what you get in the normal release though.
Well, I will say I like the number 3. I don't have a problem with it at all. But I do think this one's more in the middle of vanilla and oak. This one has a little bit of a bitterness toward the end, like on the after. The finish is a little bitter, which I would not typically care for. So maybe even 2. I mean, the second one.
The third sample, second one we tried. So that's the one I would go with, is the more oak forward. I thought the vanilla, I've been wanting to try one that's more vanilla forward. Just thought it was a little more bland than the second one. So now the question is, how many barrels do we get? Like that's a conundrum, that's a problem because, you know, Woodford double oak store picks, pretty prevalent. I don't know what the demand for a Brewzle Woodford double oak pick is. So I'm not sure how to, is this a blend of all of them? Yeah. Funny how that's so harsh though. Like the oak just gets harsh on the palate when you blend them, and I didn't get that level of harshness in any of them. Like I would drink either of those they poured, but together they're awful.
Really?
Compared to the 3, they're not good. That's a strange phenomenon. Again, just got to figure out how many barrels we want now of that profile. Let me know in the comments. If you watched all the way to the end, hit me with a bottle kill in the comments and let me know how many barrels of Woodford double oaked you think we should get, assuming that a barrel comes with 200-ish bottles. Appreciate y'all watching all the way to the end of this one. We are dropping a ton of bourbon content this summer, more than we've ever done. We're gonna do more videos this summer than we did all last year is my expectation. So it's gonna be a lot. We got a lot to do, a lot of travel, a lot of places to go. Hopefully y'all are down for that. We'll see y'all in the next one.